Welcome to yogi.mobi. Today I'm going to introduce another video on Windows 11, and today's topic is going to be the start menu. Let's get started. The first thing I will do is open the settings options, which I can do by just clicking on the settings in here. If for some reason you don't have it listed, you can also type in the search. Just look for settings and open the settings app. Once you open it, go to your left hand side and click personalization. And once personalization window is open, on your right hand side you click on start. Now as you can see, I have the start menu personalization options. Number one is your layout. What it does is it shows you how the pin apps and your recommended apps show up on your computer. So for now I've set it up to default, which means I have 3 rows for my pin apps and 3 rows for my recommendations. If I change it to more recommendations, like in this screen, then I would have just 2 rows for my pin apps and 4 for my recommended options or items. My personal choice is I go for more pins, which is the first option. By doing that, I get 4 rows for my pin apps and just the 2 for recommendations. Now personally, I don't like any of the recommendations. I like my start menu to be clean, so I will go ahead and disable these recommended options further in this video, so stay tuned. Second options, it says show recently added apps. Now my personal choice is I turn this one off, because what it does is it turns off whatever apps you recently added. So as you can see, my recommended options are gone now. Let me do the change again. So my recently added apps were the Internet Explorer and the screen recorder that I'm using to record this video. So if I turn the show recently added apps, it's going to go away from the recommendation section. The second option here is show most used apps. By default this is off, but if you are someone who would like to see what were your most used apps, you can turn this feature on, but I personally turn it off. The third option here is show recently open items in Start, Jump List and File Explorer. I always turn it off because I don't like all of the recent list of items. It just feels that it's cluttered and doesn't give you the clean look. So in the start menu options, I first go with more pins and then turn off all 3 options in here. The very important option here is the folders. As you can see, there are a lot of folders and all the switches are off. What it does is, on your start menu, when you turn on these folders in here, you would get a list of icons on the bottom of the start menu between your user account name and your power button. Let me turn it on one by one. So I'm just going to do settings, file explorer, documents. Now you would see there are 3 icons added. I'll add furthermore downloads, music and pictures, as well as videos. So now I have 7 icons, and these icons are really handy when you're in a hurry and when you want to do things quickly. So these are my recommended settings for the start menu. The last 2 are optional. If you are someone who would want to use your personal folder, you can enable that, and network again. If you're just connecting to one network and you don't have to quite often change your network settings, you can just leave it off. So now the start menu options are done in here. I'm just going to close the window, and if I look my start menu, I have this really nice arrangements of the icons at the bottom, as well as now I have more options for my pin. Now if you have more icons, then you can click on the little arrows here and you will go into the second row or the second page of the start menu pin items. But what I would normally do is I further go ahead and organize this pin apps as well. Now as you can see, I have some Office apps, some Adobe apps, and some of the other apps that I use for my settings, my camera, my web options. So to further classify them or to further organize, I will just drag and drop them into folders. You just have to drag them one by one like this, and now as you can see, I have them in a folder. So what I'll do is I'll put them in like a folder for Office. It's going to include calculator as well, and then I can rename the folder. To rename a folder, what I do is just simply click on the folder, click on edit name. I'm going to rename this as Office Apps, and then simply click outside. Your folder is now renamed as Office Apps, or whatever name you would like to give to your folder. Second folder I will do is for the Adobe. So simply I'm just going to drag and drop one by one, and I will rename this as editing. As you can see, I have a lot more space available now. I will further organize this by clubbing some of the recommended items as, let's say, tools or others. So I'll rename this as tools. And one more, I see that there are a lot of Dell applications on my computer because it's a Dell computer. Likewise, if you have an HP or a Lenovo, you would have some utilities that your manufacturer is loaded onto your computer. So you can organize them by putting them in one folder. So as you can see, my start menu looks more organized, and it's just a very clean look. I can further rearrange this. So this one I will rename it as Web Apps. And again, OneNote can go in Office Apps, Clock can go in Tools, Paint can go in Tools, Edge can go in Web Apps. So going back, now you see my menu is so organized and looks so beautiful. I have plenty of space, and it just makes your life more easy when you have a lot of apps installed on your computer. So you can organize in a similar way, and I hope you like this video. Stay tuned for more videos because I will be uploading more and more content on Windows 11. Do like and comment below if you have any suggestions for me, and I will try to follow them and implement in my next videos. Thank you for watching, and once again, you have a good day.